Microjig, maker of the gripper. Work safer, work smarter.
For the joinery for this piece, I'm going to use floating or loose tendons. That means I need to make end grain mortises in all my rails, and I need to make the corresponding mortises in my legs. So let's make the mortises in the legs next. The lower rails are not as wide as the upper rails by about 1/2 inch, so I need to readjust my positive stops for the length of the mortise. I'm going to make the end grain mortises next and the rails that go underneath the drawer cases. Now if I reference off of the deck of the mortiser for both the end grain mortises and the rail, both pieces should be flush. For the joinery for the riser rails to the front rail and the rear rail, I'm going to use double floating tendons. And to get this right spacing in between the two mortises that I need for the floating tendons, I'm going to use a shim. Okay, so I made a minor, very fixable goof when I made one of the second mortises in the rail. And I went ahead and made the right mortise already, but I'll show you what I did wrong. After I removed the shim and I put the rail down, I put the wrong side up, and that resulted in a mortise that was too close to the first mortise. Had I put it in the right way and flipped the board over so that the other side is down, I would have had the mortise in the correct spot. No big deal. I'm just going to patch this incorrect mortise to make this wall a little stronger, and I think we'll be good to go. No one will ever know. And I'm just going to sink this right below the surface. There we go. The riser rails need to have a 2-inch diameter circle cut out on each corner on each end. I'm going to do that next after first tracing out a circle with a compass. I have 4 different sizes of my 1/4 inch thick loose tendons to make, and I'm going to make those next out of walnut. Next thing I need to do is round over these loose tendons with an 1/8 inch radius rounder bit. I like to mill my loose tenon stock so that it's just a little bit thicker than what I actually need. Then on a piece of sandpaper on a flat surface, I take it down to its final thickness. I'm only going to be removing a few thousandths of an inch from each side. I drew a taper onto the bottom of my legs, and I'm going to cut these out at the bandsaw. And as the bandsaw blade exits the top of the taper, it's going to leave a little bit of a nub at the top. So I'm going to get that with a hand plane, and then we'll clean up the rest of the taper at the joiner. I need to make screw holes in the rails that support the top to secure the top to the table. And I'm going to do that using 2 bits. I'm going to use a Forstner bit to drill down to recess the screw, and I'm going to use a regular drill bit to go all the way through. So next up for this build will be the drawer cases and the drawers, and that'll be in part 4. So if you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, you can check out that now too as well. If you want to stay up to date with this build, I post updates as I make progress on my Facebook page. So if you like my Facebook page, you can stay up to date with this build. Also, if you've tried to mail me stuff in the past and you found out that you weren't able to, now you can. I now have a P.O. box, so you can find the P.O. box address in my description of this video. Thanks for watching, guys.